Well, I'm joined now by Dr. Helen Yaffe, who's Cuba and Latin America specialist at the University of Leicester. How big a deal is this today?
Well, it's a very big deal. Not entirely unexpected after the handshake which was mentioned at the memorial for Nelson Mandela. And of course the two countries have been engaged in secret talks for a year and a half about the possibility of a rapprochement and normalising relations. So given the history of tensions and antagonism or enmity, as you said, between the two countries, I think it's necessary that this meeting takes place at the highest level between both countries.
The highest level, expectations are at the highest level they've been for many years, aren't they? And after that joint appearance by the two presidents around Christmas time, there's almost been a sense that this is bound to happen, that, you know, but clearly obstacles, potential obstacles are still there.
Well, jubilation, yes, particularly on the Cuban side. We must remember that 1 in 3 Cubans have families in the United States for historical and geographical reasons, and the blockade has had an incredible human and economic cost for Cuba. There are also, obstacles in the way, but talks have begun. There's been 3 sets of talks so far, and even addressing the thorny issues of human rights. Raul Castro, however, has made it clear at the end of January, when he spoke at the Community of Latin America and the Caribbean states, that the obstacles include the demand for the return of Guantanamo Bay, the land around Guantanamo Bay, to Cuba, which is occupied by the United States. Obama has expressed his own interest in closing the camp and its use for the holding of non-combatants. And also the issue of the US embargo, which the Cubans refer to as a blockade, which, as I said, has had an incredible human and economic cost on Cuba. Then there is this issue of Cuba being on the list of terrorist states. So while Obama has announced that some companies can use their credit cards, for example, in Cuba, and there can be more financial transactions, many banks have already said that they would be reticent to do that because their own internal mechanisms would block that if the country is considered to be a terrorist sponsor.
Of course, the US Congress has to approve a lot of this as well.
Oh, well, yes, this is the big problem. The Cuban delegation, the head of the Cuban delegation, has made it clear that Obama can go much further than he has in the measures he's taken. But the blockade is codified in law. So the embargo for it to be removed completely would require a move by Congress. And there are Cuban Americans that are blocking that. They are, however, clearly losing their political leverage at present.
Dr. Helen Yaffe, Cuba and Latin America specialist at the University of Leicester. Thanks very much.